Wow, that's pretty crazy that you had a face-to-face encounter with the Maoists on your trek.
Well, it really wasn't very scary. Actually, the ones I met, they were pretty friendly, but I don't know, maybe they're on their best behavior.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we didn't see them at all on our trek. In fact, the only trace of the Maoists that I remember seeing was being on a bus going over to a national park and looking out the window and seeing this old abandoned, burned out bus on the side of the road. And apparently we were told later that the Maoists had stopped the bus and gotten everyone off and then burned it.
Well, at least they got everyone off.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it wasn't even until after we left Nepal and got back to America that I started reading that all hell broke loose with the Maoists.
Yeah, that was actually just after I left.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then why there was more of a presence there
Yeah.
when you were there, I should say. But, our treks sound pretty different. How many days was your trek again?
It was 13 days total.
Okay. Mine was 12, so just 1 day shy of yours. Yeah, it started off on the wrong foot for me.
What happened?
Well, apparently I ate something that didn't agree with me and made me sick as hell to my stomach.
When you were trekking, or?
No, 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 the night before.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that's how it started off. I mean, the next morning we were supposed to leave at 7 a.m. on the dot, but of course that got pushed back because I was so sick. I was sick as a dog.
Oh, man. Did you consider not going?
Oh yeah, but Tim talked me into it.
Well, that's good because you know what? You were probably thankful in the end because you had such a good time, I'm sure.
I did. I mean, it was tough though. First of all, I started out, I was sick. Um, I just was not physically prepared for it. I think it was like the second night there was this windstorm that really freaked me out.
Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty frightening.
how high up were you at that time?
We weren't very high. It was just still the second night. To be honest, I don't remember, but yeah, we weren't that high up.
Yeah. Well, how high did you go total?
A total, we reached 12,000 feet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that was great being that high up. I mean, we got such a great bird's eye view of the valley.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I noticed also when we got up to our highest point, which was a little over 14,000 feet. I was just I mean, I was like in heaven. I mean, I was
Yeah.
like sitting on top of the world.
Yeah.
And also at that point, after we got up to the top, I was no longer worried about altitude sickness. I don't know if anybody had problems with it, in the group that you were traveling with.
No, no, we didn't. But, of course, we were warned about it. And one of the things we were warned about was to be careful of the alcohol intake. So, Tim and I, being the beer drinkers that we are, didn't take heed to that warning. So, it's a
Yeah.
good thing we didn't get altitude sickness.
Yeah, they pretty much told us the same thing. They said, you probably shouldn't be smoking cigarettes, which, I don't smoke cigarettes, so that was fine. They said don't drink too much, and, I didn't really drink too much, so that was good. But, the other thing they said is, don't go up the mountain too fast. Make sure you spend a night before you get up to the peak, at a lower altitude, but one that's pretty high up still, and then so
Oh,
you can get
right.
acclimated. So we did that, but I'll tell you, when we got up to the peak, there were people who were getting sick, and there were a couple of people who had to be carried down. Like,
Oh, geez.
yeah, and one of the guys who was carried down, I had met him on the way up, and I saw him on the way down, and I asked him, how he was feeling, and he said he was feeling better at that point, but he said the night before he thought his head was going to explode. So,
Oh, my God.
yeah, very serious headache.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean, there was just me and Tim and then another woman from, where was she from? Belgium and a guy from Luxembourg. So we all fared pretty well, except then towards the end, the guy from Luxembourg ended up catching a cold. And then to top it off, I caught it from him.
oh,
So that's how I ended the trek.
yeah,
Yeah, it was very physically draining for me.
yeah. How much did it cost for you guys to do your trek?
Um, to be honest, I really don't remember, but it wasn't anything astronomical.
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember either how much we paid, but it was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, without a doubt, I want to make sure I go back to Nepal and go trekking. I want to go trekking again.
Well, I want to go back to Nepal. I don't know that I want to go trekking.